Every one of us in this room was elected to represent our constituents. And we got elected to be members of Parliament in a parliamentary democracy. And a parliamentary democracy does not mean shutting down debate so you don't hear other points of view. I heard from my colleague earlier that this budget was debated last March. Well, many of us were not in this House last March. The budget is actually bigger than many telephone books in many of our small towns around the country. And yet, the debate is being limited so that we cannot shine the light on what is in the budget. If the debate could be allowed to proceed, then the government gets to paint a glorious picture of what they think they're doing, and we, as the opposition, get to also comment on what is good, but also comment on what is lacking in that budget. Surely, parliamentary democracy requires time be given for parliamentarians to debate. This government cannot start behaving as if we're living in an autocracy. This is still a parliamentary democracy. So my question is, will the government allow the opposition to debate this without putting the time constraints on this budget?
Well, Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, this budget has been debated more than any other budget I can imagine in my lifetime. It was the subject of an election campaign, and if my friend from Newton North Delta didn't have an opportunity to review that thick document, the budget, in March, in the entire election campaign, and she didn't have a chance to shine the light of Canadians on it during that period of time when all Canadians were making their choices on how they wanted to vote and who they wanted as their government, then I don't believe another day of debate is going to help her. I really, with the greatest of respect, don't think that's possible. The fact is, Canadians had a chance to make a choice on this budget. They debated